This is Bruce Bochy, and you're listening to the Ranger Report.
The Ranger Report. Yeah, the Ranger Report. If you want the inside scoop, listen to the Ranger Report. Oh, here we go.
This is the Ranger Report podcast. News, insights, predictions, interviews, and information about the Texas Rangers from the major leagues to the minor leagues. And now, here are your hosts, Ben Dieter and CJ Berryman.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Ranger Report podcast. I am Ben Dieter. You can find me on Twitter at BDieter75.
I am CJ Berryman. You can find me at the X-Rated app or whatever the hell it is now, at CJB_RR. Tyler?
And I am Tyler Nilsson. You can find me on that porn site at TPN1983.
And our fourth, as you can see if you're watching the YouTube video tonight, is Mason Englert, pitcher for the Detroit Tigers. Mason, how you doing tonight?
Good, how are y'all? Doing
good, man.
Good.
Doing good. Where's TK?
He's got a game tonight in the fall league.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I feel like a dickhead.
No, I texted him. He's like, dude, that would be fun. But yeah, he's got a game. Still playing. I forget that it goes that late.
Yeah, that's right. It fall league does. So
yeah, I got this dog I'm chilling with, my puppy.
That's awesome.
She's knocked out in my lap. She's been playing hard. She's cool.
All right, let's start by talking about your first full big league season. How'd it go? How'd you feel? And what was it like to be out there for the entire season?
It was good, man. It was really fun. There was a lot of ups and downs and like a lot of learning. Man, I think the biggest source of learning was just being on a bigger stage. And I went in this year like physically not in as good of a spot as I have been in the past. Like I got a lot bigger in the weight room. Like I weighed like 15, 20 pounds heavier than I had in the past. Wow. And it didn't work. Like I had some decent, like my best velo, I'd be like 92. And it was like everything was kind of playing down. So I got a good plan together this offseason. But I learned a lot about pitching from having a little lesser stuff and pitching in the big leagues. And it was a lot of fun, though.
Now, Mason, what was your transition like leaving the Rangers organization and knowing you were headed to Detroit? Has it gone smoothly for you? How are you feeling in the Tigers organization? How's that going so far?
Yeah, it was really smooth. There's a really inviting group. Like they have a really good culture. You can tell that they have a lot of things going in the right direction. It was a ton of fun. It was super easy to walk in. Even being like a rookie, like they treated me really good. Like they were just basic, funny, like fun rookie stuff. Nothing like that was bad. Like I don't know, it felt very easy to like join the new group. It was awesome.
You have a go-to guy there, like one of your favorite teammates on the team, or?
I've gotten close to a lot of guys, but like Kerry Carpenter, man, I don't even want to list because I got a few guys that I've got close with, but Kerry, I spent a lot of time with him, and just quite a few though. Like there's a lot of good dudes over there.
Talk about the backdoor slider against St. Louis when you got pumped up, and I saw it on Twitter. Like that's my boy. I got fired up. So talk about that.
Thanks. Yeah, that was probably the most intense moment of the year. Man, the St. Louis crowd is awesome. They're on their feet, like they're super loud. There's like red all around. You can just see like red in the backdrop's really bright, like stands out a lot. It really feels like they're on top of you. I came in kind of a weird spot, like second and third, made some good pitches, but walked a guy. And then ended up getting 3-2 on the next guy and like executed a good backdoor slider.
Bases loaded.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, that was insane.
So was there a moment during this season where you kind of realized, I mean, because it's sort of a whirlwind, I can imagine, getting out of spring training, starting. And was there a moment where you just one day woke up and you realized, dang, I'm a big leaguer now. Like I'm in the majors.
It's weird. It felt very like, yeah, there's things that are different, but I still felt like the same.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. I try to not associate myself with where I'm at in baseball and stuff. Like I'm really grateful for wherever I'm at. But no, I mean, it just felt like I was doing the same thing I've always done since I was younger. And like, obviously it was harder. There's like more pressure. But I feel like that stuff only gets to you as a negative view. don't have what's important like first. Basically,
we were rooting for you so hard.
Thanks.
So,
Appreciate it.
yeah. I mean, we talked to you when you were down east, and growing up, through the system,
Yeah.
and when you got Rule 5, I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, that's my boy, it's my boy. But at the same time, we were so happy for you and we were rooting for you, and you kicked ass and you stayed on. You got that Rule 5. You stayed the whole year, and so now you're a Detroit Tiger.
I appreciate it, man. That's nice to hear. I appreciate you guys. It's cool that we've gotten to catch up about once a year for the past 3 years, and it's been nice. Like, it was nice to see Ben whenever we were in. Ben gotcha.
Yeah, that was cool. I enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, so I got to ask you, because you play for the Tigers. You were there for Miggy's last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what was that like? It's just crazy. I mean, he's probably one of the best hitters of all time. I mean, he's got to be at least in the top 3, if not, just amazing. So what was it kind of like to watch him do his daily routine and watch him go through his very last season in the major leagues?
Gosh, it was cool. Honestly, I grew up watching Miggy, and I knew how amazing, how good he was. But I don't think I understood how good he was until I started seeing the stuff like the milestones that were on the wall, and the highlights, and then still seeing him do some things at the plate that you're like, man, that was really good. Gosh, and what's cool about him is he's you can see yourself in him, and I think he sees himself in everybody else. It's not he's some unapproachable guy. He's unbelievably friendly, hilarious, very funny dude. Always he would ask you personal questions, hey, what's going on with this? How you feeling? Really, really good dude. I can't say enough good things about him as a teammate. And it was really he sets a good example for what I think obviously everybody would love to be as a baseball player, and then how you want to treat younger guys.
And you're probably glad you didn't have to face him, huh?
Yeah, for sure. It would have been cool in a live VP, but I never even faced him in a live VP.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, Mason, what was it like when you came back, your first experience coming back to the Rangers, being on the opposite side, being on the opposing team? How was your experience back at the new stadium?
It was really cool. I got to stay at home for a few nights. Drove my dad's truck back and forth, and then I went fishing with my high school best friend at the pond we always used to go to. I've stayed close with him. He was a guy that played at A&M from my high school. Now he's coaching high school ball. So I mean, it was just nice to be around all the people I was around in high school, but then go pitch in the Ranger Stadium. It was cool because I'd been there once, but never been there for a game or anything. And that atmosphere was really cool. Gosh, it was awesome just having a bunch of people there that I knew.
Did you get to rekindle with some of your old teammates when you arrived?
I saw Cody Bradford. At that time, the guys that I was really close with were Evan and Tommy and TK, and obviously a couple of them weren't there, but Evan wasn't up yet. So I didn't I saw some guys that I knew, but nobody that was super close with other than Cody Bradford. I've known him for a few years. We were in rehab together, and I stayed with him in Frisco for a couple of weeks when I was there.
Good deal. CJ, I'm gonna let you go ahead.
All right. You had that with it sucked, to be honest. I mean, you were a boy. We had you on when you were playing for Down East.
Mm-hmm.
I loved having you on. I mean, and you were straight up honest about the sticky stuff and whatnot, and just were. And then we had Luis on Acuna on right after that, and your manager, which is somebody Ben and I are trying to get back on. Your manager was a damn good manager.
Yeah.
So talk about him.
I love Carlos.
Carlos.
Yeah. I'm really close with Carlos. I'd say really close to him. Really love the dude. I still he'll text me. I'll text him. We keep back and forth a few times throughout the year. I was actually in.
And I text you, and I don't want to bother you very much.
No worries. I really man, it's been kind of cool. I've got this away from my phone type thing. I even had a flip phone for about a month in the season this year. And man, it's been really nice. But so if I ever don't respond, I may not even have a phone. But man, Carlos is cool. I FaceTimed him recently when I was in Puerto Rico.
He's a very, very good manager. He understands he's growing guys like you, to be honest. Mason. He understands that,
Yeah.
and he's very, very solid and very honest about it.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, I freaking love Carlos. It's cool thinking back to like the Down East stuff.
All right, so I'm sure did you watch much of the playoffs this year, the MLB playoffs?
Yeah, I was watching. I really kept up mainly with the Rangers. I don't know how much I would have watched if Evan hadn't gotten called up, but it was like I got really into watch them. Yeah,
that's what I was going to ask you. What do you think about the postseason run that Evan Carter had? I mean, my goodness, he got on base for 17 straight games.
You were his teammate, bro. Tell me about Evan Carter.
And how did you feel about? I mean, he just it was an incredible run that he had through the playoffs.
Yeah, he was, man. Evan's a good dude, like just super humble and super easy to root for. Like, gosh, he's awesome. Like me, TK, Tom, and Evan were really, really close friends. We were all in Evan's wedding last off season, and gosh, we had like a great time. And then it was weird, like sitting here on the couch watching Evan play and being like, why does it feel weird watching him play when I was just playing at the same level? But it still feels weird. Like it feels like you're removed from it when you're out in the playoffs. But watching it was like, damn, this is so weird watching Evan on the TV, you know. And gosh, me and my girlfriend's, you know, she's close with Evan too, and his wife. And gosh, we were cheering so hard whenever he.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, Evan has like an eye. Mm-hmm. He never chases outside the zone.
It's amazing.
He'll go
to like. I knew it was good, but I didn't realize how good until you got the box on the TV. Like he'll like take a pitch, 2 balls off, umpire calls it a strike, and then it's just like he doesn't like. It seems like he never gets himself out or like gets himself into a pitcher's count. Like the umpires get him into pitcher's counts. It's amazing.
Right.
Like I didn't realize how. I know like the data was there. Like his chase rates I saw were like lowest in one of the lowest.
9%. 9%.
Yeah, I didn't realize like I guess like I knew it was good. He's got a good eye, whatever. But like I didn't realize how good until I actually saw the strike zone on the TV. It was incredible.
So how crazy does that drive a pitcher? Like when you're hitting the corners just off of him and a guy won't bite and he won't go for it. Like, because I know a lot of you guys make your living by just missing the plate and having guys swing and miss at it. So how irritating is a guy like Evan when he won't swing at that pitch?
Well, you like those guys if they can't do damage and you put the ball in the zone. You know what I mean? Put the ball in the zone and like, you know, hit a single or like get themselves out or like maybe swing and miss. But with Evan, like obviously he's got potential to really do damage and hit like the gaps or hit homers. So he's like the kind of guy with just a weird, rare blend that's challenging at bat. I think I faced him once in spring training, punched him out, but whatever.
now do you remind him about that?
No, I haven't. I mean, that was obviously like him and Thomas Segasi in the same game, so I need to remind him. But those guys, I will say, spring training when the hitter's eyes haven't seen months of breaking balls, like there's a little advantage there, but like I'm just remembering that I'm gonna have to like text them that or something. That's funny. Then Evan will pull out, they're like, hey, I got the most doubles in postseason history.
You kind of, and I'm a pitcher guy, you know, I was a pitcher that went to college, West Texas A&M, and I could never control the circle change. Can you tell me how you do it? Because, I mean, right here.
You say the changeup is what you said you couldn't control?
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I lawn darted the damn thing every time.
Dude, I can get pretty technical about that. Like, but I don't throw a circle change. It's I throw a weird, like I'm the only person I know that throws it. I throw a spike change.
With this?
Yeah, it looks like curveball grip kind of, but then I throw it like behind it like a fastball, and it I guess it's my best pitch, but I throw kind of a weird one, so I don't have to think about manipulating inside. I can't actually really pronate very well, but I can make more.
And tell me about your slider. Is it back end on the?
I throw like it's like a hard gyro slider, so I just offset my fingers and try to throw a fastball, just make it spin like a bullet.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, pitching is fun to talk about.
I'm all about it, man.
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting. Like I feel like we used to chase like big break and all these things, and now we're kind of seeing that. Obviously, there's some big break that's good. You can't speak in any absolutes, but a lot of times shorter break that's harder to see is better for swing and miss and stuff like that. So even for like a curveball, like I used to throw a big like kind of 7 to 8 mile-an-hour curveball, and I tighten that up to like low 80s, like if I'm throwing hard, like mid 80s, and I don't even manipulate it. I throw a curveball like a fastball, and it's got like hardly any horizontal, like just like -6 vert, whereas before it might have like -16 and -12, you know. So it's just like a hard vertical slider. And then my actual slider is just a little bit of up and left. So like movement separation isn't huge, but it's enough to where it's hard to pick up what's what. And that's an interesting concept. It's kind of weird. Like there's still a place for big breaking balls for takes, but as far as like performance for swing and miss and stuff like that, I think the tighter stuff is better.
Tyler, you got anything?
Yeah, Mason, now that the offseason is upon us, kind of run us through your daily schedule right now. I know the season will be here real soon. I know you're probably still working out and keeping your body in shape, but kind of run us through what you do during the offseason and let the fans know kind of what it's like to be a player in the life of a major league player.
Yeah, I'll give you like a quick rundown of like I got pretty precise, like
Great
get up,
question,
like,
Tyler.
Yeah, that's a good one. So get up and like once I wake up, I don't like laying in bed. I like get my day going with letting my feet hit the ground and get moving right away. Drink like 10, 20 ounces of water with these electrolytes in it. And I take my dog on a walk down to the river here. I get in the cold water for a couple minutes and like make sure I'm outside for at least like 20 minutes, see my sunlight in the eyes for all the brain and body benefits. Come back, like shower up, eat breakfast. I go to the facility about like 10:30. And then this year I'm losing weight and regaining my mobility like when I used to throw harder. So I spend like 30, 40 minutes on like 3 different types of soft tissue days. So I target soft tissue for a while to get my like tissue back to where it needs to be to get into deeper positions. Then I do another like 30, 40 minutes of like actual mobility work. And then I go into like skill work with like water bags and like throwing drills. Then I go into playing catch. I have like a quick snack. Then I go into like my lifting and whatever work for the day, like sprints and all that. And then I eat lunch at the facility. And then I work at a facility up here called Elite Baseball and Softball. And I work with a lot of the high school kids. Like I have a lot of fun helping. So I'm like, it's actually what after we're done on the call, I'm building like throwing programs for the off season with them and doing a lot of fun stuff. So, but then I spend probably most days 4 or 5 o'clock at the facility, like helping out the kids and stuff.
And it's good to hear, it's good to hear players like that. Like you mentioned, being a peer, for other players to be able to look upon you and you doing stuff for the community. And because those kids do look up to players like you and it means a lot to them. So I know they're very grateful for it. And as fans just watching it, we really appreciate it too. So I think that was well said.
Yeah, it's fun. The high school kids eat it up, and the ones that are really into it, you can tell like it's a lot of fun. The facility I'm at it's on the west side of Michigan. It's like the only like top notch like baseball facility over on this side. So we got like a good strength coach, a guy that I was actually committed to Texas A&M with. Kind of ironically, his dad runs the place, and then he does them. I've been helping with pitching stuff, and man, it's just a freaking good time. Like kids are really good too, so it's nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and go Notre Dame, by the way.
What's that?
Go Notre Dame. I'm an Irish.
I ain't got any college ties up here.
Yeah, and Tyler graduated from Texas Tech. So,
cool.
Guns up.
Yeah.
All right. We guys got anything else for Mason before we let him go?
Hey, thanks for putting up with my ass.
Of course, man.
Well, Mason, we will always be fans of yours here. We enjoyed having you on when we had you on. Enjoy watching you. I enjoyed getting to meet you there in Detroit or when you guys were in town. Best of luck in the off season and next season. We hope that you blow it out again next year, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, hopefully I can catch a game next year and when you're in town and maybe get to introduce you in person, get to meet you in person.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Cool. Best of luck next year, bud.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, that's Mason Englert. Thanks, Mason.
All right, see you guys.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are joined now by Kane McCutcheon. Kane, what's up?
What's up, y'all? How's it going?
We got the Fantastic Four here tonight, man. All four of us are on the show.
Dang right.
Normally I'm sick or CJ's sick or something happens for all of us to be on, but here we are. We got all four of us. So let's start.
Heck tonight. Of a squad out here. Heck of a squad.
Telling you, this is like this is episode 200. So, we may as well pull out all
go big or go home, right?
Special, there you go.
Gotta be special, baby.
We may as well. I mean, the Rangers won the World Series to celebrate our episode 200. So, there you go. But Kane, you were at the parade. You were at the parade. So talk a little bit about what that experience was like.
Oh gosh, it was awesome for me. I know a lot of people said what they wanted to say about it, but for me, as someone that grew up dreaming of a parade in Arlington, and if you know me, like this Metroplex means so much to me. I mean, I grew up here. I was born and raised here, and seeing I call y'all my friends. If you come to the game, I call y'all my friends. So hanging out with 750,000 of my friends was absolutely surreal. And just seeing everyone so happy, it was such a weird feeling because usually, you go to the ballpark and you're like, okay, what's going to happen today? Like we're in the area, everyone's wearing their gear, but it's like, we're going to see a game. We might be happy at the end of this. We might not, but it's like, we rolled up and everyone's just partying. Like I got there at 8 a.m. and people are blasting Creed from their speakers and, some of them having too good of a time. But it was truly a surreal experience. If you climbed on a light pole,
when Corey Seager did the mic drop on
Bregman.
I was not expecting that. I was like, oh my gosh. Like that dude, every time I've talked to that dude, his answer is, yeah, I mean, it was fun. Yeah, good game. And then he's like, I guess we'll never know. I was like, oh.
You could tell he enjoyed that. Something I didn't think about that someone reminded me of is he was on the 2017 Dodgers that lost to the Astros team in the World Series.
Yep,
that's correct.
Yeah. So he probably holds a bigger grudge against Houston than we realize.
So what if next season we see Corey Seager get into a fight with Bregman?
I don't know about that, but
yeah, Corey Seager won't do that. He
will not. But you know what? That was a moment that I did not expect during that parade on TV that I was watching. When he said that,
it was a blast hearing that.
It was so great.
My mouth was just wide open when he did that. I was like,
yeah.
He really just went there. I was like, wow, way to go, dude. I loved it.
Yeah, he has the ultimate Trump, man.
But then he went and worked. And then he went to work at Raising Cane's after that.
Back and said, "Oh, the West still comes through Houston, bro."
I don't see how you can say that after. I don't see how you can say that.
Champions, you can't say that.
But exactly. They did win the West.
I mean,
we won the bigger prize. Ben, we won the bigger prize. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, shout out Corey Seager though, man of the people, working a shift at Kane's, meet and greet at Academy, man.
Yep. And he was on the CMAs the other night.
Yeah, dude. A lot of kids my age are saying he's like quote unquote completing side quests, like doing side hustles.
That's great.
Stuff like that. But no, yeah, it was cool. I mean, the players were, there's not a lot of work to be done. So it was kind of just hanging out with the fans. I took a lot of pictures with people and it was awesome. It was a really cool experience.
All right, so let's talk about something else. The parade was awesome. Let's talk about, we had a couple of Silver Sluggers, no big surprise. And also, for the first time ever, we have two Rangers in the top 3 of the MVP, and it happens to be the same two people. The two guys who won the Silver Slugger and the two at the top of the MVP was Corey Seager and Marcus Semien. So, I mean, we know that maybe, Gold Glove, we got a couple guys that maybe were robbed, like Josh Young and maybe, a few others, Adolis Garcia. But,
Tyler was straight up told me I'm pissed that Josh Young got robbed with the Gold Glove. So,
and the fact that he wasn't even in the conversation for Rookie of the Year was ridiculous.
And I understand he missed time. I do completely understand that aspect of it. But you look at what he did every game that he was in on that corner position. The guy was absolutely amazing. No telling how many games he saved for us at that position. And a lot of Ranger fans are just fans in general, don't realize that. I'm like, it was a lot of close games that we won because of great play by the third baseman, Josh Young.
And that's a guy who his defense was, a question mark coming into the year. We didn't know. We didn't know what we were going to get.
I was questioning it. I was doing it publicly.
Yeah.
And guess what? I got my answer.
Yep.
And so I shut the hell up.
Yeah, I mean, watching him do what he did as someone who I grew up watching Beltray, like that was my childhood, and to see him do what he did, that was, you haven't seen that in a minute. Like that's impressive, and that's a credit to these guys. Every day they're working out, taking infield. Marcus Semien's leading that every day, and I mean, it's a credit. We saw Lowe. I put out there like Nathaniel Lowe. Like, all right, we got to give him some love for his Gold Glove. This is a dude that was considered the worst defensive first baseman in all of baseball.
And he was 2 years ago.
I cannot tell you how many times I've had to watch batting practice because Tony Beasley is hitting him fungos and I'm scared that I'm going to get hit. And he's practicing scooping it every day. He's out there and he's putting in work. And sure enough, he's a Gold Glover. I mean, I was just thinking about that dude today. Like, it couldn't have happened to a better guy. I mean, for him to be going through what he's going through with the smile on his face the entire time.
And his mama, Wendy, it's awesome. Is battling cancer. And ma'am, we are with you. We are with you.
In my opinion, you can't use the excuse that he missed too many games because Corey Seager missed games. He still won the Silver Slugger, and he's still number 2 in the MVP right now voting.
Right, they missed about the same amount of time, if I'm correct. Is that right?
pretty close. Yeah. But Young, I mean, and Seager also played great defense. I mean, he won a Gold Glove for a reason, but it's just it's just crazy to me that he didn't, but that's okay. I mean, it happens. They still, I think the Rangers could win it again next year and they still wouldn't get the respect they deserve because people just don't want to give them respect.
Just ask John Smoltz.
Hey, by the way, did you guys know that Baltimore has a really bright future? I haven't mentioned that.
Oh, yeah. They're the team to beat for the next 5 years.
Dude, some of the memes on Twitter during the World Series were hilarious about John Smoltz.
Oh, God.
One said
we had to listen to it throughout the entire playoffs. We had them as broadcast. And
CJ, you were smart, though. You finally turned it off and you started listening to the radio, which you were ahead of us. But
well, speaking of that, I wanted to bring that up. How do you think this win felt for Eric Nadel? Like, you guys heard the call he made. Like, this was awesome. Like, I hope he doesn't retire after this.
Jared Sandler, did you see Jared Sandler? He took video of Eric Nadel.
I saw it. I saw it.
And it was so beautiful. And
that's what I'm saying. For all of us that have listened to the radio growing up, like, how can you not love that moment for Eric?
Tyler, we have been Rangers fans since, birth.
Since we were in diapers.
And to see Eric Nadel get to celebrate that and get the call, make the call.
When he said Ranger fans, you are not dreaming.
He did.
I was like, wow. I was like, this is awesome. This is real.
That's when I started crying.
I don't know, Kane, and the rest of you guys. Did you guys see the article that Levi wrote about him the day?
Yes, Levi Weaver. Yes, sir.
Man, what an amazing article. It was so
very good article.
And Levi, he's actually a Ranger Report lover. He's come on us.
Yep.
Come on with us multiple times, and he's going to come on again. But right now, he flat out told me, "I'm taking a vacation." So, but
I'm sure he needs one.
We will have Levi on, and he's the weirdest. And Ben met him.
The coolest dude, the coolest guy. You would not
meet him and think, oh yeah, he's a baseball writer. That's not what you would think when you meet him.
He was dressed in dressed in like a hoodie.
Yeah.
And
it was 90 degrees outside and he was wearing a hoodie.
But he's a nice dude.
His
and he knows his shit.
Yeah.
And
he's a very nice dude.
He got to come back and cover the Rangers winning the World Series.
Yeah. And shout out Eric Nadel too. I mean, I met him before I started working, and then my favorite all-time Eric Nadel memory is one game we were, it was late. We had finished and I go get in the elevator after the press conferences, and Eric Nadel is clicking buttons in the elevator, asking people where they want to go. The Eric Nadel. That's my favorite all-time Eric Nadel.
Of course he was.
Such a class.
Such a fantastic person. He really is. But anyway, all right. One more thing I wanted to say, and we'll talk about this a lot more in the coming weeks, but I have my eye on two targets that I'd like to see 100% and a lot more I'd kind of like to see. And I'm sure you guys both agree with me, but I want to see Jordan Montgomery and Josh Hader in a Texas Ranger uniform in 2024.
Exactly. That's and they're already working. Andrew Heaney.
Yeah. Well, they've already got Heaney back.
We got him and Leclerc back.
And Leclerc. And so, CY is making work right now.
Yeah, and he made that a point right after the season ended. He said that's the biggest thing they're going to address is the bullpen. And, having a guy like Hader out there, you saw what he's already done. He's all in for this team. So it wouldn't surprise me. He's going to open up the wall, in my opinion. And I'm not saying he's going to throw out the money for Shohei.
Think about that Beckon bullpen, Tyler. Think about that.
It'd be ridiculous.
Anyone else I'm missing that you guys want to see in a Ranger uniform that there's a must sign?
What about Aaron? What if we can't get Montgomery? What about Aaron Nola?
Okay, I could see that.
I think there's a lot of international I love international prospects. I think there's a lot of really interesting, not just Yamamoto, but like other guys too. Like there's a lot of crafty pitchers coming over from Korea, Japan. The pitching market in general is pretty deep this offseason. On the bullpen thing, I don't know. I'm kind of always cautious about throwing out big money on relievers just because, it never really happens. And, we saw what the Mets did with Edwin Diaz.
Throw 100 miles an hour with the 90-mile-an-hour slider.
Yeah, Josh Hader is totally different.
Yeah.
It's always a risk. No matter who it is, it's always a risk.
True.
So that'll be interesting to see kind of what CY does, because he could be like, all right, I'm going to go and pull out the bag and get the best of the best in the market. Or he can be like, you know what, I'm going to get, 3 or 4 good arms for the same price. So we'll see. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and we're going to be here for it.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about over the next 2.5 months between now and spring training. So it ought to be fun. Keep it here. We have completed 200 episodes for you guys. Thank you all for listening.
Bro, we made 200.
We made 200. I never thought I would get to this day. Like, I thought I would quit long before now, but no, now I got 3 of you dragging along with me in this thing. So. All right, guys, that will do it for tonight. Kane, Tyler, CJ, thanks as always.
Love you, bro.
We definitely need to do more this offseason with the 4 of us. I think that would be
that's solid. Yeah.
As long as college boy there has time for us.
Oh, I'm good. I'm straight. Off season, I'm chilling. I ain't never had this much time on my hands. Off season, let's get it.
EBU for life. Yay.
Go Pats.
Go Irish.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for listening.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
Drop them.
Drop them.
Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Ranger Report podcast. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, and at therangerreport.com.